Hola, my name is Videodelaoliva and education changed my life. I left Peru escaping from the terrorism and the economic disaster. It was 1998 and I was in my early 20s. I got here in Colorado with $20 in my pocket and I didn't speak English. I remember when I got so excited because I got my first job as a janitor at Kaiser Permanent. I believe they paid me like $4.15 per hour. I thought I was rich. Then I realized I needed to find another job to be able to pay my rent and food. I got another job at Wendy's and I started working there during the day and continued my job in Kaiser during the night. After a while, I realized this wasn't the life I wanted. I was working all day to pay my bills and I felt my life didn't have a purpose. My life was going nowhere. That is when I realized that in order to progress, the first step was to learn English. A friend at Wendy's told me about Community College of Denver and I went there and registered to take ESL classes. During the first week at CCD, I read in the bulletin board that Denver Public Schools was looking for bilingual teacher assistants. I went to their office and applied to that position. I remember when I was there, I had to ask a guy who was applying to help me to translate the application because it was in English. When I started getting phone calls inviting me to the interviews, I had to ask my bilingual friends to help me to translate the messages. That shows how resourceful I am. This is the funny part of the story. I got an interview for Castro Elementary School. When I got there, the bilingual teacher who was going to interview me had to leave, so the principal ended up doing the interview. The only phrase I memorized was, "I like kids." So the interview was like this. I like kids.
Oh, nice. Our second question is, how do you interact with parents?
I like kids.
Oh, and last question. What personality traits do you have to be successful in this position?
I like kids. Surprisingly, I got the job. From that day on, I started working during the day and continued my studies during the afternoons and weekends. Working as a paraprofessional and supporting our students helped me find my purpose in life, mentoring, helping, and being a role model for our students. So my goal was to become a teacher, and by 2002, I achieved this goal. I graduated from college and got my first teaching job. While I was working as a teacher, I noticed some inequity toward our students. For example, when I was teaching third grade, the principal approached to me and told me I shouldn't speak Spanish and my students shouldn't speak Spanish because that way they have to speak English and the opportunity to pass the state assessment will increase. After many conversations, many phone calls, one-on-one meetings, I was able to show her that what she requested was illegal. After this incident, I was committed to fight for equity. That became my purpose in education. At that moment, I decided to go back to school and get my principal license to be able to support not only my students, but a much larger population. In 2009, I got my master's in education in administration and supervision. But because I'm a second language learner, I noticed I needed to expand my technical vocabulary. So I went back to school and get my master's in curriculum and instruction. In 2010, I started gaining experience as an administrator in different levels. All these experiences shaped my educational values and beliefs. I believe education must be within reach of all students, and we need to provide them with the necessary tools so they can develop their skills and abilities to become positive global citizens. Part of this process is the development of reasoning and critical thinking, where learning is cooperative, collaborative, participatory, and reflective, where students feel safe to exchange ideas and tolerance prevail. Education must be holistic, where our students receive the academic support, but also the physical, mental, social, and emotional support that they need. Education must be inclusive. We need to differentiate our instruction for our second language learners and our special ed students. Education must be organic. It needs to adapt to the changes of society. Our students need real work experience where they can connect academic knowledge to the needs of the society. If we approach education in this way, we will be able to promote learning beyond the classroom and fosters a sense of overall public good.